Well, hello everyone. Today I have something I want to show you. It's something I'm very chuffed about, but at the same time, I'm also a little bit ashamed about as well. So if you want to know about that, come back right after this. Alrighty, well, here's the deal. How many of you have had to deal with these little guys? These are just thumb drives. We've got a couple other things in here, SD cards, these type of things, right? Well, these aren't so big a problem because every place has got a USB connection to it, but not everything has got one of these little cards, And of course, we have different sizes. I have some very small ones I use with the telephone. Sometimes when the telephone dies, I may get a newer card, and so that little micro SD card, I've got nowhere to use it. So I have to use, somewhere in this wonderful desk of mine is one of these, a little adapter like thing so that you can plug the little micro into the SD card, plug the SD in there. You know what I'm talking about, right? Anyway, Dale, can you just get to the point? Well, sometimes, yes, today may not be one of them, but the short version is the videos that I've been doing these things for well over a decade, going on into the second one, closer to the second than the first decade, used cameras that had SD cards in them. And they also had a USB connection. So on early computers, I could just bring the camera in here and hook it to this little cable that you can't see because it's off camera, and we could just transfer directly off the camera. Well, somewhere down the line, the camera got a little bit older, not like me, or you, I'm sure you didn't do it, but I couldn't do it anymore. Windows just refused to recognize the camera, and I would have to then eject the little card and then take it in there to the computer where I have where the office is, where I've been doing the recordings and the editing with, plug it in the computer and read the file that way. And then remember, next time I went to use the camera, it was still left in the computer, and I had to go back down and get it and take it, put it back in the camera, that kind of stuff. Just kind of a nuisance. And if that's not aggravating enough, somewhere down the line, the computer that I was using with the little slot in it, the card reader, died because Microsoft said so. And I bought a new one, and a new one was the closest thing to a video editing machine I could get, which was a gaming machine. Got the gaming machine. It didn't have it because gamers, guess what? Gamers don't need those little card slots. So for that computer has been gone about 6 months. It's been 8 years since I bought it. So this is the part I'm ashamed of. For 8 years, I have been taking my cards out when I use them. I started going over towards cell phones several years ago, and that kind of diminished it. So I'm not really as bad as I look like. But I just got where I was using this, and I still have to use them for B cameras and C cameras. So I would eject one of these, go walk it into one of the laptops, plug it in the side of the laptop, put it onto this thumb drive, this actual thumb drive, put it on the other computer just so I could download it to the computer just so I could edit it. Now, isn't that about stupid? But, when you're in a hurry, you're just solving the problems, you're putting out the fires when you get there. There we go. But this week, or last week rather, I went online and I found some of these. This one's empty, right? Well, actually, this one is empty. This is a little card reader. It's just that part, as far as I can tell, is just the part in the front of the case, the computer case, that had that little strip of the sockets, right, that were just mashed on the back side of a little piece of plastic on the case, and you plug it in there, and from the other side of that board went directly to the internal USB thing. Well, here's what you get. Now, that's just cute, right? That's just cute, and I'm just old and not very bright. But there we have the one card. I don't know what that is. I don't have one of those. That's more like what we used to put, like little baby disk drives in routers and things. That's about what that looks like. All right, we have the other stuff on that side. With that side, we've got the USB on this one, and so it's just a dainty little, cute little thing, about as close to a nothing of a USB cable, mini USB cable. Can you see? Let me get it up here to the camera. See the size of that? Let me get my little white beard as a background. All right, so it's one of those. So it's just USB-A to that thing right there. And you know, it just little thing solved the problem. I've got 2 computers now that I'm doing editing on because I haven't got the studio in shape upstairs yet because of the noise and echo problem, and I still got a software problem. I think I've narrowed it down to, unfortunately, it's the NVIDIA card. The NVIDIA card is newer than the software, and even though we have a driver, the editing software can't use the NVIDIA to do the debouncing, the de-echoing, so I'm kind of hosed there. So I'm going to have to do it with software, but I can still do it. But it's still a little inconvenient because I got to separate the tracks. So yes, this right here, we got it on Amazon. It says right here, it is a, look on the back, I'll put a picture up. It says it is a high-speed plus multi-slot card reader, writer, features, and then they give you all of the different things, different types of cards that it will have. It even has a little, what does it say right here? LED light clue, CLEW, read and write state. I think something got translated wrong. They might have been from the holler who wrote that down. But anyway, it's just you'd be surprised sometimes. You know, it's not a question of being brilliant or not in life. It's a question of, were you ever informed of something? Did you ever think about it? Did you ever have a case where somebody reminded you? A lot of times we see someone with their laptop, which is what I did. They still get the card readers. That's not a problem. But if you got a trail cam, if you got a security cam, you got any of these things, the old tiny little thing, less than $4. Got it. It is Chinese. Got it from China. It came through the equivalent of China Post. Couple of days, a week or so like that, $4 got to, like I said, I'm very proud of it because it solves the aggravating problem that I had before, and a little bit of shame that I didn't bother to look ahead of time because I had what I had and it was there when I needed it, and I wouldn't think about posting until I had some videos to record. So out of sight, out of mind. Then next time I think about it, I was using it, but it worked. Hey, you know, $4 could have saved a lot of exercise. I could have been even fluffier than I normally am if I hadn't got so much exercise running around. Appreciate you watching. Yeah, these will work on laptops if some of the newer laptops don't have them, don't have a card reader, and you actually need one. Just like the external drive, this little external card connector will work for you because it just works off of USB-A. So that's it. Windows support all the different type of stuff. You probably work with Ubuntu, Linux, Mint, and all those kind of stuff. So thank you. We'll see you next video. If you like this content, please go to calldeltosell.com, find the tab that says on YouTube, click it, and it'll open up a page of QR codes. There you can use a smartphone to scan and get to the YouTube page, or you can just mouse over and click it on a PC. There you'll be able to subscribe to this little button over here and click the notification bell so that YouTube will notify you. Thank you.